Tonight, Governor Abeokuta allocates farmlands to state lawmakers. National Art Commission of Nigeria unveils schedule for homebound flights. Plus, NDLEA advocates support of religious leaders. Hello, good evening, and thank you for joining us on Channel 12 News at 7. I am Yemi Dalemo. Ogun State Governor Abeokuta has allocated farmlands to 26 members of the State House of Assembly as part of efforts aimed at ensuring food security and in support of the agricultural resurgence initiative of the federal government. The governor presented letters of allocation of land to the lawmakers to commemorate the first anniversary of the 10th legislature at the governor's office in Okemoso, Abeokuta. Governmental correspondent Akim Jimo reports.
The governor, who recalls his promise to allocate agricultural farmlands to Ogun State legislators as part of the food security initiative of Ogun State government, believes that the gesture is in line with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. While presenting the letters of allocation to the Speaker and other 25 members of the House of Assembly, the governor urges them to take advantage of the opportunity to ensure that they grow what they eat and eat what they grow. Governor Abeokuta, who commends members of the Assembly for their commitment to the principles of democracy, good governance, and the welfare of the citizens, observes that their dedication to legislative excellence has been instrumental to its success.
One of the greatest contributors to this worthy development has been the commitment of the honorable members of this hallowed chamber to harmonize the diverse interests you represent and to attend to the needs of the people of Ogun State. Through diligent scrutiny and constructive dialogue, you have held the executive accountable, ensuring the efficient and effective use of public resources. The commitment has fostered transparency and trust in our government, reinforcing the bond between the state and its citizens.
The Speaker, Ogun State House of Assembly, Oludaisi Elemide, who acknowledges that the last 1 year has been turbulent, maintained that the desire to give the people a purposeful representation saw them through the period of challenge.
So thank you for your tolerance, Mr. Governor. We are not here to make any demand. We have just come here to celebrate Mr. Governor.
He commends the governor for renovating the assembly complex and for upholding strictly the principles of separation of power, promising robust checks and balances between both arms of government. In Abeokuta, Akim Jimo, NTA News.
As Nigeria heightens surveillance to mitigate escalation of cholera outbreak, medical experts are calling for synergy among key players. They are emphatic that imbibing best practices like hand washing and clean environment is key in tackling cholera. Lydia Sampson reports.
Cholera is deadly and kills fast. Ironically, experts say it is very easy to treat. They reiterated that any case of diarrhea must be treated as a suspected case by seeking urgent medical attention.
When people are infected and they contaminate water sources and contaminate food sources with the bacterium, with the bacteria, then it gets into human beings. It gets into human beings and then it releases toxins. These toxins kind of open the tap of the body and then water comes out.
When we say it's the disease of the poor, it's related to their ability to have access to good housing conditions, their ability to have access to good water conditions because of where they are staying, and they themselves too, they are not able to afford the basic livelihood that can even boost their immunity.
Unfortunately, open defecation, which is closely linked with contamination of water, remains a challenge.
The NCDC need to be empowered with funding and so that they can buy a lot of supplies, and then people are getting more poverty on the land, a lot of trouble, no water supplies. People, even the sachet water that is very cheap, sachet water that you can buy and drink, it's an essential commodity now. Also, household cannot get sachet water. So it's we're really in a big mess that we need to look at this kind of outbreak of disease where it is preventable.
Sensitize the public. The basic thing is not the treatment. The basic thing is preventing it. What is this prevention? Very simple. Wash your hands regularly, especially after defecation. Boil your water. If you don't have access to potable water.
The guests are unanimous that even where suspected cases turned negative, robust surveillance must be sustained to speedily pick up cases to mitigate preventable deaths. They say continuous education and engagement with communities through the One Health approach must be escalated. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has formally unveiled the schedules for the homebound flights for the Nigerian pilgrims, which commence tomorrow, 22nd of June 2024. This was at the post-Arafat Stakeholders Conference held in Mecca, even as the Saudi authority issues timelines for the 2025 Hajj season. Correspondent Jamilu Ibrahim reports.
The 2024 post-Arafat stakeholders meeting convened by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria in Mecca is primarily aimed at reviewing this year's Hajj operation in the Holy Land and the way forward. The various committees saddled with the different aspects of the operations made presentations on how they have been able to deliver on the mandate given to them.
Despite all challenges, I must say it has performed wonderfully in some areas, but failed in some other areas.
The National Media Team was inaugurated on the 8th May this year. Since that time, up till 5 p.m. of today, about 1,382 news materials have been broadcast, published, and posted on all media platforms.
These were the significant events. Pregnancy, we had 2. Miscarriages at the Mashair 2. Conjunctivitis outbreak, we had 48. Diarrheal outbreaks, we had 218. And then mortality, we had 3.
This brings the total number of the Nigerian pilgrims who died in the Holy Land to 13. There were remarks and observations from some other officials and critical stakeholders at the conference. During the meeting, the NACON also unveils its schedules for the homebound flights, which begin on 22nd June with pilgrims from Kebbi and Nasarawa states, as well as the FCT Abuja.
So, and inshallah, throughout the operation, the homebound journey, we are going to maintain minimum of 3 flights per day.
The NACON Chairman Jalal Ahmed Arabi appreciates all the stakeholders for their concerted efforts towards the success of the 2024 Hajj operations. He, however, says with their support and cooperation, the NACON can do better in the 2025 Hajj season, which has already commenced, and the guidelines issued by the Saudi authority.
That let us take the lessons we learned in 2024, which nearly cost us dearly, to now program ourselves against 2025 with the aim of attaining remarkable success.
The highlight of the event was the recognition of a Nigerian pilgrim from Jigawa State, Balimawa, who found $800 and some other foreign currency in the Holy Land and handed them over to the officials for appropriate action. From the holy city of Mecca and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
And back home here in Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs has unveiled the modalities surrounding the mobile court initiative before stakeholders as part of awareness campaign prior to its official takeoff. The minister emphasizes that the essence is to ensure speedy dispensation of justice and prosecution of perpetrators of child abuse and other related offenses. The report.
Our engagement with Association of Hotel Owners, School Proprietors, Health Practitioners, and other regulatory bodies, the minister presented plaques with different inscriptions which she said would be visibly placed as strategic places to deter offenders.
The majority of the problems we have is mainly issue of lack of justice and consequences. It's almost 80% why a lot of people do as they wish. Inhumanity to human, we will resist it. And in that way, we start seeing decorum, and people will start knowing that if they do commit a crime, they will definitely go in for it.
She warned that no hospital should reject emergency patients without administering first aid treatment, as these will attract adjudication of the mobile court. Some stakeholders commented on some gray areas.
We want to say, for us to get the best out of people treating emergency, there's been a lacuna, and that lacuna is the fact that nobody is talking of who pays or who picks the bill.
When they know that the eyes of the management is no more there, they will sneak the underage girl inside. By that time now, mobile court will leave the person that committed offense and face the owner of the house.
In Abuja, as I speak to you, we have about, in fact, over 1,000 hotels undercover. A lot of them don't have signages, they don't have names, and they are operating.
The minister also explained the mode of operation and role of other key actors before the launch of the mobile court. Issues of XGBV and related offenses are expected to be checkmated when the mobile court becomes fully operational. Ngozi Technical, NTA News.
The Director General of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Brigadier General Buba Marwa, says the society, especially at the community level, have a role to play in the fight against drug abuse and trafficking. He stated this at the special Juma prayer to commemorate World Drug Day at the National Mosque in Abuja. He urged parents, community heads, and religious leaders to pay attention to the attitude of members of their community to be able to detect and report those abusing and dealing in illicit substances.
In the curriculum, drug tests, random drug tests, for instance, we have promoted drug tests for students, tertiary institutions, and drug tests before marriage. When you go for the wedding, bring the HIV, bring the genotype, and bring drug negative. These are some of the steps on this side. On the other side is to deny availability of drugs and access. You have to have drugs first to abuse it, and it's our job as NDLEA to launch operations to seize drugs, arrest the offenders, take them to court, seize their assets as well.
Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has described the late Towulade of Akinyele village, Oba Olufemi Ogunleye, as a great leader who lived an exemplary life and put his community on the world map during his reign. Governor Abiodun, in a condolence message to the Ogun State Council of Obas and Akinyele community in Ewekoro, local government areas of the state, notes that the late revered monarch contributed its quota to the development of the state after an illustrious career as a journalist. He adds that Oba Ogunleye, who passed on in London on Wednesday 19 June at the age of 79, was a titan in the media industry and was known for his unwavering commitment to journalism and the quest for truth and accountability in Nigeria. The governor acknowledges that the traditional ruler worked tirelessly to uplift his people and foster development in Ogun State, adding that his distinguished career and selfless service to the society left indelible marks in the stratus of time. And similarly, the Ogun State Governor, Dapo Abiodun, has commiserated with the family members and people of Ifoyintedo and the entire Ipokia local government area over the demise of the Olu of Ifoyintedo, Oba Isaac Olatunji Adesina. The governor, in his condolence message, describes the late monarch as a leader who was loved by his people adding that his reign was eventful and that the Fontedo community witnessed unprecedented development under him and will surely be missed. Oba Adesina joined his ancestor on Sunday, 16th of June 2024 at the age of 95. May the souls of the traditional rulers find rest. And that's the news for tonight. We thank you for watching. Good night.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic, and enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
Alright, no problem. Okay, bye.
Today, bad man. Let me call phone call now. Help my ministry.
You know, since I be your main guy, have fun now or spot me data now.
Babatunde, my G from under the mother. You know, since I first asked since last week. Huh?
What are you guys going to give me first?
Can I have all of my beverages?
Guy, how far come now? Make I spoil you with cinema tickets.
You can have my lucky underwear.
Guys, just get on Glow Campus Booster.
Enjoy 100% data bonus on campus with Glow Campus Booster. Dial *312# and flex on campus non-stop.
Power your relentless ambition with ultra-high speed data.
Glow Unlimited.